Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Weekly Games Chat. I am your host, Chris, as always joined by my co-host, Shaun.
This is going down right now?
We're
doing this?
Well, you know, you were so afraid of the storm of the century yesterday that, yeah, we're doing it.
Oh, it wasn't just me. Y'all signed off on it. And
I watched it, and I was like, huh, okay, that's it.
That's it.
5 o'clock rolls around, I get in my car. It's thundering.
Yeah.
I get to my house, look out the back door. Sun is shining.
There's like Snow White and her birds and all this like nature around her in the
Hey,
backyard.
I didn't finish the intro. By the way.
Sorry.
John.
Hey.
And John. Hey, John.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, you're just saying that because you're gonna leave your dogs alone with me, and it's gonna be wonderful, John.
Well, I feel good in spite of that.
Yeah.
I
They
fear.
love it.
I fear for my animals
Why?
because I know what you try to do with them.
I do try to get in bed with them.
Oh dear God.
And they're so happy because it's obvious you do not let them get on the bed. But, you know, Uncle Chris is there, so they're like, all rules are off. Yeah.
That's salsa from the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you wear a freaking bib, you child?
The next time you get anything on you, it better not be in public.
And he does that also, too.
It's better.
He's bad. I'm bad. Mike D's bad.
You don't understand. He better pray to the Almighty God that it's not in public.
That would be great. This guy's got a spot.
He does not know what's coming his way.
So, everyone have a good week? We were good? Stephen Hawking died. That was sad. That was the one part that made me really
for
sad.
the last couple of sentences I said,
Yeah.
forgot we were recording.
Wow.
Could have dropped an F-bomb. Did not know what was going on. I thought we were just hanging out because that was something we do. Because I need to really continue to drink this thing.
Sometimes I feel,
Yeah.
you know, as a science denier,
This is true. He is a denier.
left out when things like Stephen Hawking's death doesn't really affect me all that much.
It's one thing to be a science denier, man, but the guy in that field, you can at least like be like, yeah, he was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
It was just-
and
it
to be
just felt
fair,
like-
he's not like a D or anything like about it.
Yeah.
He's straight to the point, but he's not like Richard Dawkins is. Like Richard Dawkins is a guy that's so
He's all
divisive.
Dawkins-y and stuff.
Yeah, like he knows his stuff, and he's just as acclaimed as Hawking, but like everyone hates him or loves him.
Well, I
because of
heard that the theory of everything
Yeah.
was a very glossed over rendition of him, and he was actually kind of a D back in the day.
Oh yeah, he could, like, as far as his challenging opinions and things like that, and you know they do that with all that kind of stuff. Like, what was the dude from A Beautiful Mind? They cut out a lot of controversial.
Russell Crowe?
Yes, him. Jonathan. I can't remember the guy's last name, the mathematician, but
Don't hurt yourself.
they cut out a bunch of his controversial parts, and it's not too like it's never too surprising to me.
My hand's up. I have a question.
Yes,
What's controversial?
it's controversial. Controversy.
What
sorry,
is controversial?
the controversy parts of
It
his
just
life.
it just got to the point where I felt like every month I was reading a new thing Stephen Hawking said.
Yeah.
Meaning
it's
that
real funny that
we're going to
lived
get an alien invasion in 2020, or AI is going to destroy the world in
That's-
2030.
Those are big things
that's
he
gonna
has said.
Yeah,
AI
and
is-
it's just it
AI is
becomes
gonna-
so Isaac Asimov science fiction-y.
Whoa.
You just don't.
Whoa.
It's like, what do you know? You're a theoretical physicist. Like that's a big deal.
He's like over there. He's going like, have you seen what they've done in Germany?
Actually,
they
he didn't do that.
they basically proved everything I said 60 years after I said it.
John, you should watch out for the AI. We've shown videos of dogs that are not real dogs. That
Oh,
are gonna
dude,
take over.
tell me about it. I saw a recent documentary that you wouldn't. My wife, your wife, has a habit of finding documentaries that look boring on the surface,
Yeah.
but are just amazing. There's this one documentary we watched the other day about an AI computer playing the game of Go.
Oh, Go. Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't understand the game of Go.
nobody does.
Yeah.
Go is like 1,000 times more probable moves than the game of chess. It makes the game of chess look like Candyland.
It's four-dimensional.
Didn't you always, even though we didn't own it, unless you did, Candyland always looked fun. When I'd walk by in the toy store and be like, that looks fun, but it's pink.
Just want to see Watson play Shoots and Ladders.
So when finally,
I played it last
I had a girlfriend who got it when she was little, so I got to play it with her at some point, and then I think we got it for either one of my two daughters. And I was like, I'm playing Candyland. This is amazing. And stuff, chocolate, and candy everywhere and stuff.
No, but we turned it into AI.
Yeah,
but the number one player in the world in the game of Go, I think he's from South Korea or something
That
like
makes
that.
sense.
He was from South Korea. They did a tournament of, they did a 5-game tournament.
Yeah.
He won one time.
And then the rest of the time
The rest of the time was
kind of like
the AI.
What was
The
it like
computer.
when Watson played? I don't think it wasn't Bobby Fischer, but it was like that Russian chess player and just completely dominated him. And he's like, "What do you want me to do?"
But this one, I mean, this is much more significant because if you got every piece on a chessboard has one or two options for a move. So the computer has a much easier time reasoning.
Sure.
But this thing, I seriously would recommend anybody watch this because the AI, you see it doing the types of moves that the commentators are going,
what?
It's over.
Yeah.
This computer's made a mistake. But the computer is actually reasoning and thinking logically.
Logic.
And that's just
mind-blowing.
That's just messed up. And you could see from the reactions of people, they were literally truly disappointed with this champion losing
Sure.
all the time because it just was like, what does this mean about the human race? What does this mean about humanity? Are our days numbered? But in actuality, since he's played that tournament, for the past 2 years, he hasn't lost a single match because that computer made him better as a player.
I bet. Yeah, that's kind of like what
Made
they do
the best player in the world better.
That's what Stanford's been doing with their, and it's coming to the NFL now, like with the quarterback stuff in VR. It's like trying to show you exactly how much you fail at things and then teaching you in advance how to get better at it.
Yeah.
So that's way what is it? Way of the future?
Yeah.
Way of the future?
The future.
Speaking of other things we did, though,
Did we
that were not about the future.
Did we do that? Did we speak about that? Yeah.
Yeah, because we're not doing an episode on it. John and I went and saw Tomb Raider along with Tony and Casey of Geek Versus.
Sean went to go see it with friends as well.
Did you?
I did.
I invited you.
No, this is not a
You just gave me a really hard stare when you did it. You were like, I did.
I
And
have
I'm
glasses on. Your thing's going to look different today.
Like, that's not what it is.
But yeah, I went and saw it as well too.
Okay.
Yeah,
What did everyone think?
I really liked it.
Ooh. You did. Did you play the first one?
Yeah.
Like you beat it?
Yeah, it's the second one that I haven't opened yet, but I really got to get onto that, especially with
That's
some recent
funny.
announcements.
You're running out of time.
I never. Laura
Yeah.
Croft will find a way.
There are a couple of parts I liked it. For the most part, I was not a huge fan. But it's definitely...
He's thought about it over the weekend.
Yeah,
he was
I have.
He was not saying that outside right after the
No,
theater.
I even came out saying that. But
He's coming out.
But anyways, like I will
He's
say,
like, wait a
I
minute.
will give you credit.
This has a 49% review. Yeah, I didn't like it.
I liked it, which is why he loved it.
I liked it better than any of the Angelona.
Yeah, but that's not like to
Angelina
me. That's
Jolie.
not saying
And I
much.
think as far as a quote unquote video game movie, it was excellent.
I will say,
I
like
agree with that.
in terms of like adaptations of video games, it's definitely on the high end. But on the other hand, I would say the best adaptation of a video game movie I've seen so far is Warcraft, and even that is like nothing to really write home about.
That movie was, believe it or not, you knew more about Warcraft than I did going into it. I think
Sure.
the lore. And now that I know more, I want to watch it again to see how much
I
my
think
perspective would have changed.
if you're a fan and like it seemed like they were presuming when that movie was
Yeah.
made that you were going to be a fan,
Yeah.
it was fine. But if you were like, say, when John went and you're like, why is that dude tossing
like,
lightning around?
Noobs.
And I was like, I totally understand. I can totally feel where he's coming from. But I don't know. Like to me, the best video game movies have been the ones like where it's about video games, like Tron.
Yeah,
Tron is great.
Those aren't video game movies.
Wreck-It Ralph is great because they just take elements and make movies about them. But I don't know.
Ish.
Yeah.
I went in kind of neutral. I didn't want to overhype myself.
Yeah.
I was excited because it was a fresh face. And I like when movies do that, especially with kind of a title like this. You don't really, I think that's what hurt the other ones when it was Angelina Jolie and you're like, but she's Angelina Jolie. She's not Laura Croft. I don't know if that makes sense how I'm trying to say it, but this girl and her abs,
Alicia Vikander,
and her
I think that's how you say it.
skills on a bicycle.
Yeah,
with a paint can.
That.
It was the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
maybe was slightly disconnected from the rest of the movie, but it was an attempt to kind of show where she went based on some events that happened. So I kind of got it.
It just set up.
Yeah.
No, the disconnect for me was not the beginning.
Oh,
the disconnect was on the island where you escape and then you come back and win. There's no in between. There's no real struggle. Did I spoil it? Not really.
no, but I mean, you're right because like in the game, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, it doesn't even really give you that type of
No.
experience. You show up, you get captured, you escape, and then you come back and wreck everything.
I
thought the beginning was really strong, and I thought the ending sequence with the temple was really strong.
Oh yeah, that's
Those
good.
were the best parts of the film.
I mean, the biggest credit or compliment I can give it is that there are 3 parts to it where they obviously pulled directly from the game, and I have to give them credit where they did those scenes justice from the game, like the boat sequence, the plane sequence, and then her first kill and things like that. Like those, I think like they did a great job to make sure they recreated. It's just more of like what's the rest of the stuff, because it was like I enjoyed that game, because like it's a great game about like someone discovering themselves, and like you're like she's this person who loves archaeology, and all of a sudden it's like, well, wait, now you gotta survive. You're like thrust into this thing, and it's about like her trying to survive while also like save all these people she cares about. Whereas like this is more about like her just trying to find out what's going on with dad.
You know what?
And that's
really,
about it.
You made me think about something. The guy she hires, I'll just say that. I think that threw me off a little bit. I was like, why does he care about her all of a sudden like this?
And then like they didn't build him at all.
Not at all.
At all. Like they just like they one-lined it at one point to like kind of close out his thing.
In fairness to his motivation, if you discover somebody,
you or me, I get it. Yes.
No, if you meet somebody out of the blue who just happens to have been, whose father disappeared alongside yours.
Yeah.
I think human beings automatically make a real connection there.
Sure. That's
Maybe
fair.
Completely total strangers. So the connection there I bought.
It just didn't for me come off
because
the screen.
you're not human.
No, that'd be you emotionless
True,
bag of
but I understand them.
But even then, like on top of that, the art part of it, like the villain, which they also named Matthias, just like the game. He's just kind of like, well, I'm on this island, I really want to get off, and that's kind of his main motivation. Like, whereas the first game, like, or in the game, he's kind of like this cult leader who is literally trying to bring back a god. Like, that's his motivation, and everything he's doing to these people is like, I need to rise this god. I believe in this god.
Well, see, and I think that's where when they switch it and make it more of, if you didn't play video games, can get away with stuff.
Sure.
That like a movie, maybe not, especially when you're trying to paint this world.
Yeah, I didn't
like
see her
puzzles.
save her progress one time in this film.
She didn't save
No, there was one tomb. Remember, there was one fire. There was one campfire.
But I mean, if he, I don't know. For me, I think that was cool how they made him basically have like this boss that you don't see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not really revealed till the very end.
Yeah, the very.
And then
very
you're
end.
like, whoa! Now you see kind of why his actions and his, like, he felt like he was trapped until something happened, because you don't know how big that net of his boss could have went. They could have been like, and we may learn that in another movie where they're like, your family's going to die if you don't open up this tomb and get what we need out of it.
I don't know. It was just
Because he apparently cared about his kids.
yeah. I guess it was just
He was a thankful person when Laura brought stuff to him.
yeah, that's true.
He was a thankful
except for
little
the
boy.
one guy who disobeyed him, and then he just took out a gun.
That was so wrong.
But I don't know. It's just, it's not bad. Like, I think that it's going to take someone who makes one of these movies that like comes in, and it's not about how do we adapt this to make it work under movie formula to make money. Like, take what we know, aka action movies, and just put a few things in from the game and hope that's enough fan service for everyone.
It won't be.
I think it's going to have to be someone coming in. Like, I would say, like, I'm thinking of people that just off the cuff would be like I don't know, Edgar Wright coming in saying, I love Uncharted. I really love Uncharted. I want to make an Uncharted game. I've written this script for Uncharted that highlights all the things, and I've used all my knowledge as a film director to say, here's what will and will not work on film.
To me, it's the same thing as from adapting a book.
Yeah,
as adapting a game.
You're right.
You spend, and particularly with a game where, for a game like Tomb Raider, you spend 15 to 30 hours with a character that you think you know.
Mm-hmm.
And just like people who read the book, and I get sick of hearing this, the book was better. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, duh.
Yeah, it usually is.
But,
that's going to be the case for this next movie we watch.
Probably. Yeah, Pacific Rim reviews were not.
No.
Oh, you're talking about the next one after that.
RPO, baby.
Well, I'm not.
Did they drop today? Pacific Rim?
Yeah, it dropped today. It was not too high.
It's okay. It's got John Boyega in it.
Yeah.
It's Finn.
65%.
It's Finn, 65.
Buddy. Oh, wow. I was looking on Metacritic earlier.
That's your mistake.
Yeah. I go by that. I just find that's like more accurate.
But I will say this. Did any of you guys go to see that Tomb Raider movie with people who didn't know about Tomb Raider except for maybe on a very light surface level?
I think Tony wasn't like heavy into it. Like Casey, John, and I had all played it and beat it. I think Tony said he had played some of it. And he definitely
I'm not even talking about a game. I'm talking about just knowing of Tomb Raider and Laura Croft.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's hard to tell.
I went with two girls and another guy. The other guy's a gamer like me. He loved the movie. And the two girls, they said it felt like an Indiana Jones movie. And they were very into it. Like the part where it may have set people up that have emotions to possibly cry.
Uh-huh.
One of the girls got mad. They were like, dang it, I didn't want to get attached. Like they got attached to stuff. So
all right.
What do you give it though? Like, do you recommend? I recommend. I'm gonna say it. If you like movies, go see it. It's great.
I would say, look, if you have Movie Pass, then it's kind of a no-brainer. I would tell most people to see most things if you have a Movie Pass, unless there's like 5 things at once and you got to pick one.
What's he saying? What's he doing?
On the other hand, I would just tell most people, if you love Tomb Raider, I'd say, look, when it comes on HBO or Netflix or something, check it out. Like that's kind of what I did with Assassin's Creed, and I felt good that I did that versus going to a theater to see it.
I think this was better than Assassin's Creed.
I don't know. That's
almost.
They're about equal.
Almost by 2 Richards for me.
The end of Assassin's Creed is the letdown, but there's other parts to it that aren't bad, which is really weird because those two date. Did you know that? Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander.
I don't track celebrities' lives like you do.
You just track Isaac Demamonov's authors, I guess. What's his name?
Isaac Asimov.
Yeah.
Might want to edit that.
No, he scared her. Yeah, he scared her. It happens.
Then why do I have blood on my face?
It's not the kind of blood you think it is, John.
It's on your shirt.
That's salsa. We've already talked about this.
Speaking of talking things, are we ready to talk about the topic?
I don't know.
Or do we the reason, Tomb Raider?
The reason we tell them Tomb Raider was possibly going to be what we talked about.
Yeah.
So we're giving y'all a little bit of that. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Your ears. They've never been more thankful.
I'm sure we'll bring up Ready Player One.
Nobody asked nor cares about my final thoughts, whether I recommend it. No?
I did.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
We just
rewind the tape. I just got hot. I said, John,
we don't have a tape.
You ignored me.
Hey, man.
What's your final? I really want to know your final thoughts.
You do you.
Do not be a Richard right now.
But that's what we do here.
I will Ric Flair. Chop you.
We do that Ric Flair drip.
It's a good song.
Well, right? now that I've whined about it, I feel like I shouldn't do it.
Go ahead and unloosen
like
the panties from.
You could just not
crevices.
whine about it, and then you wouldn't have that conundrum.
Look at his eyes right now. They're like
you could just be like, you know what? Oh, by the way, mine is
keep it up, and I'm not playing that game tonight.
Okay, I'll just go play with other people.
That's you can't do that with him. He's emotionless too. I'm really the only one here with a heart and who cares about people.
So let's move on.
Just make yourself feel that good.
Let's move on.
Vanity.
John, did you like the movie? Would you recommend it?
I should cut it off right now.
God, I hate John so bad right now. I'm sorry I did that.
Just say it.
I liked the movie a lot.
I did too, right? Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't recommend it to everybody.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a fair point.
I'd recommend it to the world.
I mean, but that's most movies, right? I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend half the Oscar movies I watch to you.
Thank
I'd be like,
God.
I'd be like, they have no interest. If you don't care about it, why would you watch it?
La La Land. Ugh.
So good.
So good.
They're
So
like,
good.
wait, this guy hated Terminator, but he loves musicals?
Yep. Send your love mail to Chris at.
Right? Yeah, let's get to this topic, though.
Let's do it.
All right.
Topic time.
The topic is Kirby Star Allies. Right? Allies stars?
No, you got it.
Yeah,
Star
I got it.
Allies.
So, Chris loves this game.
Actually, I love the last Kirby game, the one that was on Wii U, where you the Rainbow Road one. I enjoyed that. That was
Rainbow
fun.
Curse.
However it was.
The
I just knew I drew rainbows.
I could not. I was gonna say that this is the first Kirby I've ever played. That would have been a lie because I bought that hot pile of garbage, and you couldn't not look at your Wii pad on that one. I think we've talked about that before. At least I
Yeah,
mentioned
that's
that.
the worst part.
It was like it could have been a great Kirby. I
It
think
would have actually been better for this one, but of course that screen is in a touchpad this time, so you really
Yes, it
can't.
is.
Is it the actual Switch screen?
Yeah.
Oh, huh. Okay. I
You hear-
don't know.
ladies and gentlemen, did you hear the? Huh. That was Chris learning something. It was amazing. But yeah, so this would have been, I guess, technically my second Kirby that I've played.
I've played the classics primarily. In that last one, that's about it. He's fun. He eats a lot.
I didn't play Rainbow Curse. I played the classics. I played Triple Deluxe.
I don't know why that was funny. Like triple deluxe.
Triple Deluxe.
Just sounds like something you order.
And as soon as and since I've finished this game, I kind of want to get my hand on Robobot.
Oh,
Did you? We were at the Best Buy the other day, and you had a chance, or you were looking at the Kirby amiibos. Mm-hmm. Did you pick any of those up?
No,
Or have you?
I asked the guy before picking the game up if they were coming out with any for the game.
yeah.
But I think as I did some research, what they unlock puzzle pieces.
Which are
No.
awesome.
They're awesome, but it ain't worth $12 for an
you.
amiibo. Okay, Sean.
I'm kidding.
Maybe they do a little more, but I don't know. But all the Kirby amiibos that came out, like Meta Knight, King Dedede, Kirby, and then Kirby on a star cloud, and then
I thought you were about to say Kirby on a stick.
Kirby on a stick.
all
Come on
those
down, you can get your Kirby on a stick.
all those do something in this particular game.
I got all those amiibos for like $5 on a Target clearance.
Well, aren't
Really?
you special?
Really? Yeah, it was.
Really?
And I find when I go to Target, I find these clearance things. I told John about a set of Joy-Cons. Mm-hmm. Little random right here. You know how much Joy-Cons are?
Yeah, they're like
They were like-
$45, $50, right?
No, 70.
79.
Oh, wow.
They were clearance for
'cause you get-
$49.99.
Wow. Wow.
And I was like,
Wow.
I told John 3 days later. It was too
That's
late.
Owen Wilson. Wow.
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 Well, never like Kirby's always been a staple of Nintendo, but I wouldn't. It's kind of like he's more in the boat of, and I don't mean this in a slight way, but like he's like Samus, you know, like he is not a team because whatever reason he's never been as popular, but he always has great games, and that's the same with Samus.
He's in the top 25 series that are more financially successful.
There you go, because they pretty much put him out a ton.
So
This
he
particular
sells more games than Samus does.
Yeah, that's true,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
this particular Kirby's part of.
I like how we decided he's a he.
he's a he.
He has to be because I'm saying he
Have
has
you
to be.
have you looked below?
Oh, good point. And
We just know he sucks.
this is
If he
part
eats
of
a
a
Richard, does he turn into a Richard?
We'll never know.
Ooh.
technically. But isn't it part of like this Kirby season they got going on? I thought I read that somewhere.
I don't know what you're talking
Because like there's a Kirby Nintendo 3DS game right now.
about. Oh yeah, there
how
is. Which got horrible reviews, by the way.
Well, it's like
They've turned Battle Royale mode into a Kirby game,
yeah,
That's weird.
and it's like a 49% on Metacritic.
it could be fun because Kirby holding a little sword
It's adorable.
is one of the cutest things ever.
God, yeah. I just want to hug him.
I do. I just want to have him like in my. I just want to be like, hey, Kirby, what are you doing?
Just chill. Come inside.
So the game came out on Friday.
Yeah.
And John and I, we had already pre-ordered together. We both got it.
We did it together.
Friday night, or our Friday kind of in the afternoon at work, I see my wife.
Your wife.
And she's like, hey, we're going to the beach in the morning. And I went, okay. It was like a random beach trip time. And I was like, all right, well, I got a Switch. It's portable. In my head, I said, I'll take it with me. Life's good. So we go down to the beach on Saturday, and your boy's sitting on the beach chilling. Fun fact about that, I brought a tent, like a 10 by 10 tent to cover ourselves up because, it's
like a canopy cover?
A what?
A canopy.
If you want to call it that, sure. But yeah, like a 10 by 10 tent thing. Yeah, with little legs and everything.
Yeah.
I use it for like when I DJ outside sometimes and stuff like that. One of those.
I got you.
Your boy's right foot got destroyed by the sun. No clue how this happens. The only thing that got burned on me, my right top of my foot. So anyway, we're chilling, and then we go get something to eat. My plan was at night, I knew we were going to kind of take it in. I was going to play some Kirby and play it Sunday and yada, yada, yada.
I do that too. And I never do it.
Everything was good. I brought an HDMI in case we could play some co-op with Bobby Joe on the TV. Life's good. We get down at the beach. We spend all day there, and we're like, hey, let's go get some food. So we get ready, go get food. And at about the time we put our name in to eat, my daughter is like, I don't feel good. Okay. And then it turns into, I need to throw up. So we actually are sitting at the table, and she's laying down, and she looks up, and she's like, I've got to go now. My wife goes to the restroom with her.
We're not going to your wife.
It's okay. And she says basically she Linda Blair from the all over the bathroom.
Funny.
Well, then that was the first of about 18 instances of that throughout the night. So your boy, when he got back to the hotel, he tried to play. Oh, and I actually was going to lay there and, kind of she was chilling. My Switch was dead. So I had to bring the wall charger, and there was no charging port near me at all on the bed. So I had to go lay the Switch down. Well, come to it. Yesterday, John's like, how far have you gotten? And I was like, you'll see on when we record. You'll see. I did get a lot of time in. I'm in the third world, John. You've beat the game. How many worlds are there? Because I don't know.
There are 4 worlds.
And I'm into the third world.
With that said, the 4th world is pretty much the size of the first 3 combined.
That'd be pretty big. And each little world is really cool because you have a chance, if you like to be the person that goes around and find little hidden switches and things of that nature. There are some big old like button switch type things that unlock extra worlds. They unlock extra worlds, and they add more to each little like continent, each world, if you will. So it's pretty cool. John?
Yeah, the story is nonsensical.
It really is.
It's like it's an external threat from another universe coming to threaten Dreamland, and Kirby's got to rise up and save the day.
Isn't that what usually happens?
Yeah, but when it comes to Nintendo, I mean, I would argue that Mario's storylines are not non-existent either. But
hey, he was trying to stop a wedding last time.
That's true.
The thing that happens here that's a little different is when this threat comes, there's like these stars that are like, they're dark, purpley looking things, and they hit all the characters, right?
Mm-hmm. They're hearts.
Are they hearts? They're not stars?
They're hearts.
They're heart. I have glasses on. I couldn't. I'm just kidding. But anyway, the one that hits Kirby, you're right, it's a heart because it gives Kirby, it messes everybody else up, but Kirby now can throw a little heart to people he sees and make he can be friends with them.
Okay.
Yeah. And then throughout your journey,
kind of like an ally.
Yeah, like an ally. And I probably thought Star because it said Star Allies. I'm excited to talk about Kirby.
You're
so I apologize.
dumb.
But so yeah, would you say the first world is, hey, I'm going to hold your hand. This is what you do, and then it progressively gets harder. The game's not hard. I shouldn't say that, but
it's hard in its ways.
Yeah,
it's not platformer hard.
No, not at all.
But the game, it does hold your hand. But let's be honest. Kirby has been that hybrid of appealing to a mass audience, but also making sure kids. Kirby is a kid's game
for sure.
It's a cute, puffy, adorable little puffball, and it's
kind of like it's like the platforming of Mario, but light. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't like. You can beat Mario. Like beating Mario isn't that hard, but like actually doing all the stuff that's in it requires a good bit of critical.
The platforming. I mean, I can't speak for every Kirby game. Haven't played every Kirby game, but this one is. I mean, when it comes to the mechanics, like Shaun said, the main attraction in every Kirby game has a hook to it.
Sure.
In the last 3DS one, he was in a giant mech robot. You know. Each one has a hook.
On the one for the Wii U, you drew the little things that you wanted to happen.
Kirby's Epic Yarn was Kirby in a yarn world.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean,
apparently Yoshi went there.
Yeah, and then Yoshi found it.
The last pure console pure game was Return to Dreamland on the Wii. Yeah, which is actually, it's very hard to find a copy of that game.
Yeah,
but anyway. The main hook here is Kirby's ability to approach an enemy and befriend an enemy, and you can befriend up to
yourself plus 3. Yeah,
you can befriend up to 3 enemies, and each of those enemies has, and you can mix, match, trade, release an enemy at any given time in place of another one. And these enemies have special abilities, just like Kirby absorbs enemies' abilities.
Yeah,
I wish he would stop messing with the soundboard when people talk.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm watching you clip, so I'm trying not to.
It'll be fine in post, Chris. It'll be fine in post.
But
no,
anyway,
that stays.
So yeah, those enemies, like when Kirby, for example, if he swallows somebody with a sword. An enemy with a sword, like the way he sucks him in and he swallows it.
Is it like every other Kirby game where then he gets a sword?
He gets a sword, but now with your friends that you make, if one of them has like a fire power,
you can suck him in.
Fire. You can do this little thing with your friend, where you kind of hold your sword up, and then your friend goes, "Oh, I can come do something to his sword." So they run over, and then they make your sword fire or electric or cold, like ice and things like that. So that's really cool. And like John says, the game will hold your hand at certain points. Your teammates are very important to kind of clear certain objectives. In this one instance, Kirby has like an umbrella. And you come across a thing with a fuse type thing, and there's waterfalls, gigantic waterfalls. And you're like, how do I figure this out? Well, the game kind of says, do this, and you'll figure it out. And you do it. Flash forward a little bit, you come back to another area where you have to do something with your friends. But it's not that easy because now all of a sudden you have to mix and match frenemies that you've picked up that maybe you haven't. And if you want to get to this room that has like a gajillion puzzle pieces and coins and treasure galore, you need to figure out how to go get that character you need to put the combination together that you need for that particular thing. But the boss fights so far have been relatively easy. Kirby takes damage. I have not died at all. I don't know if you died at all.
How many lives do you have?
Like 47 or 52 or something like that.
Yeah, I think I was reading that somewhere. Like, it's not the most difficult game or anything like that.
No, I can see like you fall off of a cliff, but even then, Kirby can suck in air and he can just float. Kirby's almost unbeatable.
They say most people theorize that he is like one of the most powerful characters ever created as far as pop culture and stuff like that.
And I would be remiss if I didn't bring up how adorable this game looks. From a graphical standpoint. Nintendo has been on point with the Mario and Rabbids, the way that game looked, the way Kirby looks, the way I know that Mario looked, from an art style like that goes from like a Zelda game to like this Kirby game. I really feel like the Switch, like, and this is going to kind of be like a no crap, but they know how to make the games they make look amazing on that system. Like, it's amazing. Like the first time you go into water, John, were you not like, oh my God, this looks just like effing water? I didn't want to say amazing again because I felt like I've said amazing 42 times during this thing.
Well, the first reaction to jumping into water or seeing water was not, oh, wow, this is amazing looking water. But to your point
Yeah.
about the amount of detail that goes into the game from Nintendo developers, when you jump into water, the sounds get muffled like you're underwater.
Yeah, like you do in real life.
It's like I rehearsed that line.
And it's almost like they even were like, Kirby needs like goggles because he's underwater.
He had goggles. He had freaking goggles. It's like he has them on his person.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Kirby. Here's goggles. Let's do this.
he's got his Kirby fanny pack with goggles in them.
The cuteness to this game, I literally, when you're holding your Nintendo Switch and you're playing, and like say you cut it off, or for a minute the screen's switching so you see your reflection on your screen like you're holding it. I was smiling. Like this game it's one of those games where you're happy playing it. Like it's somewhat, we've said it, easy, a little bit of challenge here and there, but the music, it's got like a trumpety kind of like adventure type little thing with it. So and I think that's a staple to Kirby. I don't know.
He's always got trumpies.
Yeah, like really just like
The music is always very uplifting and joyous.
Yeah, uplifting and joyous.
Yes,
that's a 1-2 punch, Chris. So,
did you ever cook your friends?
I did.
Yeah,
that was
you sadistic Hannibal mother.
You get this one guy and his little hat falls off, and that's any character that drops their ability, it kind of is floating around. The ice people have like a little ice hat. You put it on, all of a sudden you're like, whoo, and you like everything turns to ice, which is kind of awesome.
And there's this enemy that's a chef.
Yeah.
And when you kill him, you take his hat, and if you perform a certain power with that, it's
no,
not
that's
spoilers.
not. That's funny though. But
you all of a sudden you come up with a pot with two pots, and you start banging them together like this, and the faster you do it, the more power ups you get. Not power ups, but food. That replenishes your you and your friends, and they all jump in this big old kettle pot with a fire under it, and you start cooking, and you start salting it, and all of a sudden like pieces of food come out, whether burgers and stuff like that, and you take them, and one of the things is you can replenish your not just your energy level, but your friend's energy level, which is a weird.
It's kind of weird
way of doing. It's almost like he's giving them mouth to mouth, each one, like he walks by them, and it's almost like he's kissing them. Or
do you find that you did it, or he just did it? Because for me, he was just doing it.
He just did it. You just have to walk up to them, and it happens.
Well, I don't know why you're offended by that, because
I'm not offended.
it's a new age, John, and Kirby can kiss whoever the heck he wants to kiss.
I'm not offended.
What that leads into though is, and one of the gripes I've seen that people had about this game, not that it was easy, but you almost find that your frenemies that you pick up, they do things, and you don't have to do much to make them do those things.
No, I think that's actually a good thing.
I do too. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about
the AI aspect of your frenemies.
Look, I know we've touched on it, but the idea, the combinations of weapons and style weapons you can do with this game is actually quite sophisticated for a quote unquote kid friendly game. Like Shaun said, you have a sword. Depending on the elemental puzzle you want to solve in the world, and it gives you cues on how to do it. And some of them are actually, as you go further in the game, they're actually quite sophisticated. It's like a series of trial and error going, well, that didn't work. What am I doing wrong here? But powering up your sword with water, fire, electricity, things like that. You can actually, there's this stone enemy where you can turn into stone, and which with the weight of your stone, down a hill can just take out a bunch of enemies all at once. Or there's a lot of stumps that you push down to,
like wooden peg stumps,
to activate pieces of the world.
Uncover puzzle pieces.
The game curling from the
yes,
you can actually turn into a curling stone.
Yes,
and get pushed around to.
It's so dope
to activate vertical switches. That help you slide through the world. So there's just a lot of ways to interact with the world. There's a lot of ways to interact with the stages, and with the allies that you have, it's not the way they interact with the world allows it to not seem so gimmicky.
Exactly. Okay. And that's an important aspect, John, because with a title that really in it says Star Allies, you at first may think that it's the King Dedede or the the Kirby stars that you know. Mm-hmm. When you unlock those guys, yeah, you can bring them along with you. But it really, to me, the stars of the show are the ones you've kind of run across in the regular world. You pick up, and they do the things that you need to do in that world to unlock the puzzles. And it's cool that they work well. They're important for the game, and they don't leave. The game doesn't leave them out. They're not just kind of like an afterthought. Right. Mm-hmm. There's actual things that you have to go on where you all four get in it. And it does different things.
It's like a platform.
It's like a platform.
A big circular platform. You can't miss it. Very noticeable.
And when you get on it, you either turn into something like a human bridge to help a little guy go across, or you can turn into a thing that's kind of flying. You can do a bunch of things. I think the first thing you do is a circle, and you're rolling down a hill as like a human ball. Yeah, or not human, but a character ball.
And you can and you can operate the circle in certain ways. Like you can jump.
Yeah.
And it helps you activate parts of the world and do certain things. There's a locomotive you can turn into.
Yes.
There's a spaceship kind of feature, and all this. All that was it.
I literally saw you,
but I looked. It wasn't me though.
All right, Shaggy.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
But yeah, I mean, so just more and more stuff to do that keeps that stuff from being gimmicky. So in that sense, while I liked the fact that I didn't have to worry about their combat. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I could stand back if I was running low on energy and let them do the work if I needed to.
And they're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Which is dope. Yeah.
Is this a feature when you put it in easy mode?
There's no easy mode.
Yeah, there's no easy mode.
But speaking of
you only play games
you
that are easy mode?
But you shouldn't pick this up, Chris. There's no easy mode.
But speaking of that question has come up in a lot of interviews and stuff. While the campaign itself does not have a difficulty levels, once you beat the game,
yeah, you did.
Is there like a hard game?
Or a hard not mode? Exactly. I wouldn't. It unlocks two different things. One is a boss rush mode, which is pretty fun. The second one is a feature where you can select most of the stages and play without Kirby.
Oh, okay.
In other words, you can play with the enemies that you come across using the different powers that they have. And throughout that, there's like a gauge in there where you can raise and lower the difficulty level of it.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's a neat little. It would have been nice to keep it to add it into the game, but the fact that it's there to begin with is really cool for the hardcore.
It's like a mythic dungeon in WoW,
right?
What's that?
And to be fair to the game, while it's not devastatingly difficult, you can get worked by bosses later in the game.
That's
you can get worked.
Well, I asked John. He disclosed to me Monday. That he had completed the game, and I said, well, it was. What are you going to do now? And he said, well, I probably this will be a title that I may trade in. Mm-hmm. Really, I think for the fact that he's a digital guy now. He bought like the biggest memory card his Switch could hold.
He is from the year 2000.
Year 2000. But I said, so does that mean that there's no replayability? He goes, oh no, quite the contrary. There's tons of replayability to this game. So,
well, to me personally, I don't know about you, but I was playing the game, figuring out things I could do halfway through the game, almost towards the end of the game.
Yes,
kind of learning things about the game I didn't know.
Yeah, there's Did you know that at one point, the tip screen that would read not just the tip?
I was about to ask,
but just. I was going to say it again. The loading screen that says tip, do this. Yeah. Well, I saw one that says push, like I think the plus button, and then you can cycle through different things that you can do. No clue. Your boy never decided to push the plus button at any point before that.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, this is the best way I can explain it. You can almost compare it to a Street Fighter game. They have their special moves. Whenever you adopt a character, whenever you absorb the powers of a new character, you can press the pause menu, scroll with the shoulder button, and it lists for you the special moves of that character.
Pretty dope. Kirby also,
and I didn't realize that until much later in the game. And had I known that
we could have been
from the outset, I would have been learning the moves, because I have my favorites. I have my favorite powers. My particular favorite was the yo-yo guy.
I was going to say that too.
He's one of my favorites for sure.
I love the electrified yo-yo. That's pretty dope.
Yes.
But there is one I don't know what I got him very early on. He had a red bandana on, and he reminded me of a monk from World of Warcraft, from where he like does his fist. Mm-hmm. He does things. You know what I'm talking about, Chris. You know the monk move. You were Panic
down,
and that was cool because Kirby has like a little red, like what is that thing called that goes around your head? Bandana. Mm-hmm. And he's like just balling out when he becomes Yo-Yo Kid guy. He's got a backwards hat on. He's got a yo-yo. Kirby's doing his thing.
He's just smacking people with a yo-yo.
I laugh when Kirby like gets an umbrella. He's just walking around with an umbrella. Like, what? I got an umbrella.
Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
What do you mean?
Like,
I just took it literal for no reason. I apologize and threw you way off.
Let's go outside right now. So I know it's probably not fair to ask you this yet, but
yeah, I'm still pending.
John, how many Richards would you give this game?
That's a good question. Is it?
I would say between a 7.5 and an 8.
So good average Richard.
But let me, I'll tell you, but I don't want, people can be really hung up on scores. Mm-hmm. Don't be hung up on that score.
Yeah.
Because some of my favorite games of all time are 7.5.
Sure.
I mean, that's just, and the only, I mean, and I knock it for things that the game, I wish it was longer. The game just, I mean, when it gets to a certain challenge, that it's over, and I'm like, I could have used a couple more.
You maybe would have liked to had like a moment where it really pushed you and said like, work for this world.
Yeah. And as much as I loved the mechanic of having 4 friends, 3 friends on screen with you, sometimes, and I would say sometimes when it matters, you lose sight of where Kirby is. You're like, where did he go?
Mm-hmm. There's some points,
and that's it's not constant, because when you're doing the levels, you're always in front. But when, particularly in a boss fight, you can really get confused about where everything is.
Like I could see that if you played it, Chris.
Where do I put it? You know what I mean?
That would annoy you too, honestly. You're taking damage and you're like, where am I at? It's one of those, you picture the game where the guy has cups in front of you on a table and he's got a ball and he puts the ball in their cup and he's like,
it's on your left one.
And you're like, okay, where's the ball? I felt that trying to find Kirby in certain spots on boss fights. But
so you guys can pick out the big pink thing on the screen.
Well,
got it.
Considering there's fire and all kind of other stuff going on, it
just gets a little chaotic.
Yeah.
To be perfectly candid, I don't know that my 7.5 is a fair score because I did not have the opportunity to play co-op.
Yeah.
And that's really where everybody seems to be saying that the game really shines. Aiden, my kid, wasn't with me this weekend. Clarissa looked at the game and said, I'm a minimalist. I can't play this because there's just too much going on screen.
It's minimalist.
Yeah, that's the opposite of there's a ton going on in that, right?
It's like there's like 55,000 enemies in that game.
I don't know. I'm not trading it in tomorrow or or anything like that. So at some point, I mean, I wish there was an online component, but I feel like at the same time that would ruin the experience of what their intent was for the co-op, because it's couch co-op.
I don't know. It wouldn't be the co-op in the sense of like Call of Duty or anything like that. It would be hey, let's run co-op together online.
Yeah.
That would be dope. John and I were talking about possibly doing that. He was going to run home on his lunch break.
And I can run home.
On our breaks, we were going to try to hook it up to something and play it.
Plus, I don't think
not
you can,
from our desk at work.
But you can't link the
you
switches.
Got that, everyone?
You can't link your switches together. You have to do it from one console.
It's either you're holding your Switch yourself, or you take the Joy-Cons off, you're on tabletop mode, or you're playing on the dock through the TV.
So the chaos of the 4 folks, the ending was, the game was too short, and the co-op mode kind of not allowing you to play on multiple screens. Those are knocks for me.
I had read,
I would anybody who loves Kirby and anybody who wants to get into this is my first Kirby, this is a good one, really good one.
Yeah, I feel like I told you guys in the beginning that this is my first Kirby, even though technically I played another one.
Yeah,
this feels like this is where my Kirby birthplace happens.
There you go.
Is in Kirby
Allies.
Yeah, and he's here. Kirby Star Allies.
Kirby's my boy.
I like it. I'm excited.
Or girl.
I wish there wasn't so much change in each Kirby to where like one sucks, like you mentioned the 3DS version, and this one's pretty good. It's kind of sitting right there in the average 7 to 8 scores on most sites and stuff.
It sets itself up for criticism because it's, and I actually respect it for this, it's constantly putting a new hook on the game.
Yeah,
Sure.
And you know what's funny is I like an artist, like from a musical standpoint, that is constantly changing their sound.
Kanye?
Yeah,
I mean,
we like his music, Chris.
we do. I mean, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Take that, John.
I'm fine if you
But,
like Kanye.
I don't know why you're taking it, but you're going to take it.
Take
dang
it. Take it. You're going to take it.
Do you want to recreate the Bound 2 video later?
I'm down.
Okay.
do
You
it.
get to be Kim.
You got any questions for us, or did we cover what you were kind of hoping?
No, it's kind of what I suspected it was. I mean, like, Kirby, I never really think too hard about. Like, I know every single time it comes out, like, it's kind of dependent, one, what team they have. Because obviously there are some teams at Nintendo that are a little bit better at these games. It seems like than ours.
This is HAL.
Yeah, and then usually it's just how well you like the gimmick. And you know, I've never had a game from Kirby that I've been like, oh, this is just complete garbage. But I've had some that I'm like, and when I kind of looked at reviews, obviously I wasn't gonna be able to get it, but I was like, yeah, it doesn't seem like one I would probably run out to play. Just because one, I don't, as they say, it's like best when you play it with
Friends.
with people, and I don't have anyone.
Kirby-
Penny's not playing with me.
Kirby sets itself up for, and I read a lot of reviews for this game. A lot of people are like, it's too easy.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, so
sure.
Sometimes easy's fun.
Sometimes if it's a kid's game, it's a kid's game, and it doesn't deserve the knock for it.
Sure. Speaking of things being too easy, Jeff's son, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, he was trying to make, like, say he beat Celeste to us Saturday night, and we're like, really? Show us. So he comes back 5 minutes later. He's like, see, I just beat the final level. I didn't even die once. And I go, hold on a second. I press the pause menu, and I know where things are. So I just go down. I'm like, let me just see. Assist. I click on that. Oh, look at that. Invincibility turned on. Like infinite burst and infinite jump ability and stamina and all these things. I was like, hey, Holden, come here real quick. I'm about to put you in the front street real quick. And he tried to run and grab the Switch from me as fast as he could because he was ashamed. So ashamed.
What's really cool to kind of, I guess, wrap this Kirby up is they're paying homage. I just read this, and I remember reading it before. They're going to give you free downloadable content of like old Kirby people, I guess, which is cool.
Kirby people?
Yeah, animal friends from Dreamland 2 and Dreamland 3, Marks from Kirby Superstar. All that's going to be cool.
Game.
So Nintendo is they did it. I think what most people think is a solid for this. It's Kirby.
Yeah,
and if the worst thing you can say about it is it's too easy.
Yeah, there's playing games like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. It's such a contrast from what I'm playing right now, which is The Evil Within. and by the way, if anybody can tell me how to beat Laura, like actually kill Laura from level 10, please email me.
But you're only playing that till now.
Yeah, you're right. I have to.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm actually at the exact same spot that I quit the last time I was playing it, and
good. And then you're not coming back to it for at least 2 weeks.
No kidding. Well, really?
You're not going to do next week's game?
What's next week's game?
Far Cry? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
stop.
I thought you told me I need to play this particular game for 2 weeks straight.
Oh, no.
Because I can only play this through Friday night.
Yeah, I know.
What are we playing through Friday night?
The game that you were
going to get on and play Sea of Thieves with us.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Think about it, dude.
I'll show it to you.
John is playing an online only game. Think about that.
Listen, you're giving me a pitch. Chris he hasn't gone into pitch mode yet, but when he does, it's strong. A good friend of mine, Brad, went full pitch mode. He was telling me stuff. He's mentioning Zelda, and you can't do that to me.
Yeah, there's like
Wind Waker.
I'll say this:
Wind Waker
looks
vibe
like,
to it.
It does
it's
look
very,
like Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Shaun, I'll just say it's very WoW in ways.
See now that's my current heartstring.
Yep.
So that.
By the way, Josh is logged on. Do you guys want to pivot to the news?
We can, yeah. Like I said, Kirby, I love it.
I do too. I really loved it.
Well, that's
Good
all that
stuff.
matters.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Hot off the press and straight to your ears. Weekly Games Chat presents the news.
It's like these two are more awake this week. I don't know what that means.
My knee hurts.
Really?
I'm old.
Yeah.
I was talking about my mom or to my mom about that today. She's like, some days your knee feels like it's going to fall off. The next day, you're like, my knee's fine. Like, what happened during that day?
Let's see. First up, Yakuza Kiwami.
You did it.
Yeah. I thought about saying Kamehameha or something. But Yakuza Kiwami 2 has been was released in Japan last year, leaving fans wondering if the game would be coming west. Well, it is, in a special edition steelbook that will only be available for pre-orders and for the first run of the game. Yakuza Kiwami 2 is a remake of Yakuza 2 remastered in the Dragon engine used to create Yakuza 6. All the in-game and cutscene dialogue has been re-recorded with an emphasis on remaining, quote, as true to the original as possible.
Chris, if you remember, the reason I included this bit of news is because we once got some hate mail.
I was going to bring that up just now. Yeah,
there's that dude who's like, why the heck aren't you playing this? And we're like, well.
It wasn't hate mail, but he was like calling us out. And
he's like, you should be playing this.
How are you not playing Yakuza?
Was it Yakuza 0? Is that what it was?
Yakuza 2, I think.
No.
Or whatever, the one that came out last February.
Yeah, I thought it was like a 0.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
I'm on Team John with this one, Chris.
Y'all shut it down.
You don't care about Yakuza, so you're just...
But props to Chris for getting that name right twice.
There you go.
That's tough.
Yeah, your D move backfired.
Actually, it was 3 times.
You put all these Japanese names because you're like, look at this. I'm going to embarrass them 3 times because you are a shallow person,
Nino
sir.
Kuni, Nino Kuni, Nino Kuni, Nino Kuni, Nino Kuni, Nino Kuni.
Anyways, E3 and Microsoft. Microsoft has revealed the details from its E3 press conference. The briefing will be held on June 10th. Hey, it's the day after my birthday. At 4 p.m. at the Microsoft Theater located across the street from... Because, I saw that earlier and I was like, I'm reading it this way.
Speaking of D's.
Yeah, I will do it to him every single time because he puts all those names in there. From the Los Angeles Convention Center, the venue will also allow them to host various activities, hands-on gameplay, etc. The idea this year is to give as many people access to their content as possible. Microsoft will also have a presence on the show floor as usual. It seems to be the new way.
Anything you guys are hoping to see from old Phil?
Halo?
Think you'll see it?
Huh?
You think you'll see it?
I mean, it seems like it's about time for us to at least get a tease of Halo. It's been like 3 years since Halo 5.
I think they should release the Master Chief Collection remaster.
Has it been 3 years since John got mad about playing Halo 5?
Yeah, because he's all like,
that's a fast 3 years.
I'm still mad about it. And I like the game.
Let it go, bro.
There's I think you might get that. I wouldn't be surprised since the rumors are out there. But in the same time, he's also said, I don't want to announce things too early. Because then it becomes official and then you get your expectations up. And if something goes wrong and we have to cancel it, then you all get, basically butthurt that now this game's been canceled that we should have canceled, because it's bad. It's like Catch-22, right?
What if they come out and they say, we bought Electronic Arts?
If they did that, then...
Did you just give him your money?
Dear God.
Yeah.
He'd be...
I'm not. I got to really get me another Xbox if that happens.
God, so you're playing with us from the PC tonight. Cool. Sega Collection.
Oh.
Sega has announced that the collection or a collection of edition or collector. Wait,
just read what I wrote.
Hey, dude, read the words. It'll be
Sega
great.
has announced a collected edition of classics from its Genesis Mega Drive era. That's terrible. Will be coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One on May 29th. Sega's promised over 50 games upgraded with modern features, including online multiplayer achievements, mirror modes, rewind, and save states. No Switch version was announced. For a full list of the games, go look it up because John doesn't have time to write out this list.
He actually says the list is freaking long.
I think this, if I recall, this collection came out originally towards the end of the 360 PS3 era and had a lot of this stuff. But I mean, go get it. Streets of Rage was on there, Street Fighter, I think both Mortal Kombat's, all the Sonic games.
But I've got Sonic on the
Phantasy
Switch.
Star. There's just pretty much all the stuff that you'd want from
Did you play Phantasy Star Online?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Virtual Fighter. I mean, come on. There's so many.
Not so much.
hated that game.
Not so
I
much
love
Virtual
it.
Fighter.
Just because you could do the Jackie Chan drunken fighting stuff in there. That was the best part of that game. Just go.
That's
that's
great
what he
sound
does.
effect. That's why you just let it go.
That's why he's here.
Yeah, you just let it go.
Yep. Let it go. Oh. Drake smashes Twitch streaming records.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did skip. Sonic racing game teased. Sega released a teaser for a new racing game during a Sonic panel at South by Southwest. The short teaser trailer showcases brief glimpses of a car before highlighting a stylized R in the word racing. From the look of the trailer, it's hard to believe that this is not a new Sonic racing game.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. Did you
Yeah.
check out the
I saw
trailer?
I saw the picture. I did not watch the trailer.
Same.
I also saw they announced, what was it, like Sonic Mania Plus during like that same weekend where that's coming this summer too.
Which one's Sonic Mania?
The really good one. The one that got all the praise last year. The
That
2D one.
I didn't like on the Switch.
Because you suck.
But I appreciated it. I just not remember if you remember I wasn't a Sonic guy.
Yeah, because you suck at it.
Unlike I'm a Kirby guy. I'm a Kirby guy.
Yeah.
I like
Because
Kirby.
it's easy.
Possibly. The older I get, I'm dumb, and I just need easy.
Yeah, you're like, I just like to run forward and it happens. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, I hope that's good. I haven't really played a Sonic racing game in forever.
Well, think about it. If they could capture the same way that Nintendo does with like Mario Kart, but do it Sonic kind of cool.
There are people who will tell you that Sonic Racing is better than Mario Kart. I can't attest to that, but there's communities out there that just
There's the same
swear
with,
by that game.
What was it? Crash Bandicoot Racing too.
Hey,
everyone was crazy.
Those communities,
about
I don't see them ever.
that. That's because you live in a bubble.
No. I live on Twitch. There's Mario Kart all day long on Twitch.
You know who is also
There's
on
no
Twitch?
Sonic Racing. Yeah, you see. Go do it.
Drake smashes Twitch streaming records. Drake joined forces with Tyler Ninja Blevins in a game of Fortnite, smashing the record for the most concurrent viewers on Twitch. In the process, Twitch obviously embraced the moment with a follow-up tweet, apparently in response to some initial communication hurdles between the pair. The streaming got upwards of 600,000 viewers. Concurrent, I believe it was.
And above, yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the biggest guys or Twitch streamers that I watch, they're like in the 25,000. Blizzard's Q&A on the new WoW content got like 25 concurrent thousand people.
Was it the only one I can think of that probably rivals this recently was when what's his face, Dr.
Yes.
When he came back from his hiatus and apparently broke their servers.
If you know Fortnite, you know of the guy they call Ninja.
Yeah.
If you've ever watched Ninja, he makes you not want to play Fortnite because of how good he is at Fortnite.
True. Somewhere Jeff is fuming right now. He's like, he's not that great.
Well, Jeff's numbers are nowhere near Ninja.
True, but he's like, he's not that great.
And Ninja wins because he makes a ton of more money than all of us combined.
That is true.
That was announced like on an interview recently, how much money he makes.
Yeah.
A day.
I saw like everyone now wants them to put the Hotline Bling dance in there, which makes sense. And I'm kind of like, how is that not already in the game?
Oh my God, that would be so dope. They do little things like that where they put popular dance moves and part of that whole progression system and unlocking stuff you can either buy or unlock these dances.
No, that would be a
so
buy.
that'd be dope if you could buy the hotline bling
Old
dance.
Hot Long Bling.
Old hot long bling.
Hot
It's
dog
the
bling.
country version. That was cool. It's weird. If you don't care about Drake, if you don't care about that kind of stuff, I get it. But in that world, Drake's big, and
I mean,
he's a big celebrity.
It's just proved that's the biggest game in the world right now.
It's not Drake that makes, well, I mean, it's Drake that makes it interesting for a lot of people, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But the concept of a celebrity dropping into a game and doing that, having that effect, that's interesting on a sociological level.
It is.
Sure.
I like that you said
And plus,
sociologically.
I think it was this guy, Tyler Blevins, maybe
Ninja.
somebody else. They mentioned that he was making $500,000 a month on Twitch alone.
That's what I just, yeah. So I was, yeah.
Most people like
Sorry.
they're
Way to go.
leaving. A lot of them are leaving YouTube now.
That's close. Good.
Because a lot of people are like, or I shouldn't say leaving, but they're de-emphasizing the importance of YouTube in their channel lives because they realize that Twitch is allowing them to make a heck of a lot more money.
Twitch is allowing them to be themselves.
Yeah, it's not even so much that YouTube will allow it, but it's like because it's not. No, the difference is it's not advertising based really on Twitch. Like Shaun knows this. Like you can sit there and be like, look, put this, give us a sub and a donation, and we'll give you, a shout out, or we'll broadcast your channel or whatever. Like all these things where people need these really important people to kind of highlight them, or they just want to show them support. Mm-hmm. And it's like, when you have like this, where at any one moment you have nearly 500,000 people or over 500,000 people doing this, and you think like if just 1% is donating $5, think how much that is.
The only time you really see an ad on Twitch is right in the beginning, and it'll say this ad supports whoever you're watching.
And that's only if you don't have Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
Which if you have Amazon Prime,
you take it off.
Yeah.
And YouTube, you can be 20 minutes in, and it'll either the person you're watching will start reading like an ad relationship, like, hey, you see I'm using this kind of keyboard, you can get this key.
And now
you're like, ugh.
Well, it's not even just like that. Now it's like, because all the advertisers have become aware of like, oh, hey, our brands are on here. If they get associated with things, people might associate them with us. So they're all scared now. So yeah, if you're controversial or you're doing very adult things or putting things out there that could be taboo.
So you're saying all the advertisers are going to PewDiePie.
Yeah, they basically, pretty much.
They're like, hey, he's not gonna cause.
But there's even like that
controversy.
What's his that guy who's got all the controversy lately? The Logan Paul guy. He's going to Twitch, and they said like he hasn't even had a stream,
and he's already
got like, what was it, like 500,000 followers
already.
I mean, just shows.
It does, Chris. It does just show.
Yeah. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered.
Yes.
A listing on Amazon has appeared for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered with a release date of April 30th. Xbox One and PS4 versions of the game have been added to Amazon Italy with prices equivalent to $25. As with all things, it could just be a placeholder in case something gets announced. Let's hope it won't be tied to the purchase of the new Call of Duty. I don't think they would need to do that.
Especially if it sticks around that release date.
I mean, it's Black Ops. You don't need anything to sell Black Ops.
Black Ops is going to sell, and that will sell too.
Yeah.
I liked it.
That's the last one that the original studio worked on, like before they all got fired.
Yeah.
The fact that it's April 30th kind of tells me that it's most likely legit, because if you put a game out there that you expect to be coming out, you always see December 31st as a release.
Yeah.
So that's the greatest day.
So that could just mean like the end of the quarter. That could be that. I don't know. I'm sure it will be coming out though, and it makes sense because like we were looking at our schedule here of upcoming stuff, and like at the end of April, it kind of gets dead.
That's a Sunday though
for a while.
That could put a
well.
damper
I mean,
on.
it is an Italy announcement, so it could be making adjustments.
Could be like Friday here.
People in Europe don't work, but
that's
especially Italy.
What?
They just watch soccer all day, dude.
Someone's got to.
They love their soccer. A lot of people watch it. Please don't go there with me again, Chris. Please don't. One little random soccer game on a random day generates more viewers than the freaking Super Bowl, Chris.
You can't prove that.
Is that true?
Yeah.
But probably not as much revenue. And also take into account this. One is like being broadcast to how many countries versus just one country.
Dude, the people. What are you saying right now?
The U.S. is very lucrative.
What are you saying right now?
No one cares about
You're
your
talking about
soccer.
the Super Bowls and
the U.S. didn't even make the World Cup, Sean.
Yeah, because they suck.
Yeah,
right now. They're
because
you
know why? Because soccer sucks.
that's
except
not
for
true.
female soccer.
Not true.
That stuff's legit.
It's not true.
I like to watch female soccer because we're good at that.
Americans love our sports that we grew up on.
Yeah.
Screw the rest of the world.
Our sports make sense.
Yeah. Soccer makes complete sense.
I never forget what first.
You don't even know what a quarterback is, John.
The second game. It was the second game I went to.
You went
for
to a game?
For Aiden's soccer, and it ended in a tie. And I was like, "What the heck is this?"
Football has ended in ties.
You sound like Hank Hill on the episode when Bobby joins the soccer team.
I was like, Aiden, in life there are winners and losers. Now go back out there and lose.
Somebody needs to do something. Yeah, whatever, John.
It's like that is a. I mean, I think they don't. That rule doesn't apply to like playoffs and championships, things like that.
That's usually the way it works. Yeah.
I mean, okay.
They'll go big tournaments and stuff. When it matters, there'll be penalty kick shootouts. Somebody's winning.
But what is the origin of that rule? Why is it that way?
League play.
I'm sure that there is a reason for it. I've just never known.
I don't know the reason. I know that during the league play, you get a point for a tie.
The answer is socialism, Sean. Just kidding. Go ahead.
I don't know. Screw you.
I'm willing to bet it's probably the fact, like, if you play to either penalty kicks or even like a whole period and you're going to go in that kind of way, think of like how much if that is consistent, because ties happen,
Yeah, in regular league play.
a lot.
But if you go in and before the penalty shootout, you're playing like 2 extra 15-minute halves.
Yeah.
So you're adding 30 minutes on top of the 90-minute game, and then you go into shootouts potentially. They couldn't do that on every game because that would be people would die.
Yeah, you're talking about a very long season. So, again, if you're players, it's like, look, you don't want that. And of course, with kids, it's more practicality. It's like, look, there's another game scheduled after this, so we got to wrap this up.
Never. Oh, what?
That was good. Geralt is ready for a fight.
Yeah, this is big news, man.
Yeah, Bandai Namco and CJ Project Red have confirmed. I don't know why I kept saying.
What are
CJ.
you doing right now, dude?
Stroke. CD Project Red have confirmed that Geralt of Rivia, I don't think that's spelled right, will appear as a guest character in Soul Calibur 6. He will be voiced by Doug Cockle once again. And bring with him Kara Morin as a stage to fight in. Soul Calibur 6 is set for release sometime in 2018. It was really weird watching the video because I was like, I have played The Witcher. Geralt has never moved this smoothly in combat in my time. It's usually very stiff and everything, and he's over there like looking like a ninja, just going, ah!
What do you think wins the fighting like sale battle, right? Is it going to be Soul Calibur 6 or is it going to be Smash?
Well, I mean, Soul Calibur will be on multiple consoles.
Heard some interesting theories about Smash on Nintendo voice chat a couple days ago.
They can send a check to Weekly Game
We don't
Chat.
even need a check.
We need a check from their IGN. We kind of would like their money.
Yeah, they got good money.
Yeah, they got good money. They got that corporate money.
They got that cash, which is just as good as money.
They got
right?
that Ric Flair drip.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good money.
Yeah. See? John's like, I don't understand.
Drop top, hot box.
Sea of Thieves will be free. It is clear Microsoft is putting a lot of weight behind Sea of Thieves. In addition to it being free on Xbox Game Pass for a limited time, those who purchase an Xbox One X will receive a free digital copy of the game. The promotion is only limited time, running from March 18th through March 24th. An Xbox One S bundle will also be available. That will include the game for $300.
Sean, that's your chance.
There you go.
I gotta pay.
You gotta go buy a new Xbox. So there it is.
Oh, I either got to pay $300
Or
go
$10.
find that guy from Craigslist and say, yo, I need that back. And then I got to pay for the Game Pass. So nothing's free, Chris and
$10.
John.
No, you don't have to do the Game Pass at all.
Yeah, you just have the game.
This is not Game Pass.
I said either or. Either I got to go get the guy from Craigslist, John, and pay for Game Pass, or
just cut Netflix.
I think everyone said,
cut Netflix.
or like the early reaction that
world would
I'm
that be?
gathering is again like, and I've seen it today because I've seen a number of people go like, yes, I'm going to get this game, and it very clearly seems to be because of Game Pass that they're getting it. And it was like, you can already see it. It's like once you introduce something and you say, why would we put out this new series that has no attach rate yet for $60 when we can put it out for $10 and guarantee everyone will at least give it a shot? It's a smart move on their part.
It's going to ruin the industry.
Yep, probably.
I can't wait for the Oasis to be made, so we don't have to worry about this kind of stuff.
Phil's going to build it.
I don't know.
Are you
Dude,
done
what
with that
happened?
yet?
Close.
Dude,
I'm,
close. You
So
getting
when
close?
Phil dies, we have to
the
go.
22nd, bro.
We're getting close.
Dude, Phil's going to die, and then we have to go
Whoa.
find. Then we have to go
Whoa.
find 3 Master Chiefs.
He's got hidden Master Chiefs in the Schmoasis.
Yeah, they're probably at the school. Apparently, they're always at the school.
The first one, at least.
Yeah, the first
right,
one.
right in front of you. No PvP combat in that area.
Can't do that. You can't even. Did they portal at that area? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What language is this?
Well, if you'd read the hit,
RPO language.
yeah, if you'd read the hit novel by Ernest Cline,
Or had a listening party with me, we could have interofficed the discs.
yeah,
It would have been great.
But John,
you would have loved it, dude.
John couldn't do that because he was too busy buying microtransactions in Far Cry 5.
You really had a good. That was good.
The stroke is coming back.
You really went with it, and then you.
Yeah, then I Ryan Leafed it. Far Cry will have microtransactions for cosmetic items.
No problem with that.
Microtransactions will be available in the game single player, co-op, and head-to-head multiplayer modes. The single player campaign can still be played offline. Players can opt to speed up their progression with microtransactions, but Ubisoft has confirmed they will not affect actual gameplay. This sounds like pretty much identical to what they did with Assassin's Creed. Which, I mean, it was out there. And luckily, you didn't have to go to that menu.
And it's just like Fortnite. You can pay for that. Your online rank will go up faster. You'll earn more XP.
Like, to me, though, like, the thing about Far Cry is, like, when you get to that point when you're so powerful, like, late in the game, everything is kind of to a point where unless you have the last couple of holdouts, like, you go in progression order, that if you're going back to clear things, you just are so much of God that wouldn't be fun. So I would actually hate to actually spend a ton of microtransactions in this game to like be overpowered.
Right. Penny agrees.
Yeah, Penny agrees.
Penny agrees.
You know, so.
Hey, I wish I had dog ears and could hear what she hears right now.
I wish she would get away from that
I'd
window.
I'd love to see dog ears on you.
Yeah, you would? Mm-hmm. That'd be adorable.
Nope.
You know what also is adorable?
What's that, Kirby?
Well, yeah, but Fortnite version 3.3 patch.
Oh.
I don't know if that's actually adorable, but
It might be.
it could be.
Because of a new hero or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like a good patch.
I do too, surprisingly.
Fortnite version 3.3 patch updates with a new hero and questline for the Spring It On event. Furthermore, it rolls out remote explosives and supply llamas in Battle Royale mode. Those are very vital.
Supply llamas, sorry.
Yeah. Llamas. In addition, a St. Patrick's Day themed hero, Shamrock Reclaimer Outlander, that's just a great name, has been added and is available in the event store right now.
Old Shamrock Reclaimer Outlander. That may be the greatest name.
Top of the morning to you.
Have you seen him?
I have not.
I wonder if he, has like a Irish type hat on, maybe a little beard.
As long as he has a jig, I'd be happy.
He better have a little Irish jig.
It better.
No,
I'm sure you have to purchase that. But
Well, even if the jig happens, some of them play music. It better be the little
that's true.
St. Patty's Day.
I'm sure Tate and Mike D have already bought it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Let the record show.
It was
empty.
Yeah. It wasn't full like John's drinks when they spill.
Yeah.
And we wonder why our soundboard's messed up.
2 years.
Just saying.
It's been 3 days. The Crew 2 release date announced.
Yeah.
The Ubisoft has announced that The Crew 2 will be released for Xbox One, PS4, and PC on June 29, 2018. The game will feature a redesigned United States for players to explore as they collect cars, planes, boats, and bikes with the goal of becoming a motorsport champion of the land, water, and sky.
I'm already a motorsport champion.
Are you?
I got a t-shirt. John
I think they've really been working to revamp this to kind of, the way Ubisoft does things, where they're like, okay, let's figure it out, and now let's make money.
Yeah,
so I'm sure
they've got a Far Cry.
That's a play on words.
I was going to say something lame, and I'm done. The Crew had the potential to be a fun game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was very excited about The Crew, and it's cool to see maybe they've made some changes, and we all may end up playing a car game, guys. We don't know.
Is this Ubisoft?
Yes.
Wolf, it says right there, Ubisoft has
That's true.
announced The Crew.
That's true.
Crew.
It's almost
Can
like
you
you wrote
say
it.
Can you say it like that guy from PlayStation? The Crew. You know that guy?
Crew. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, there it is. Just say that sentence.
The Crew 2 release date announced.
I think it's appropriate that John's the one who does that voice the best.
That's a good voice.
He won't be here much longer.
Ooh, PUBG on mobile.
There it is.
I'm sorry, mobile. That's how we say that
Mobile.
word. Mobile. PUBG comes to West on mobile with an Android beta available now in Canada. I think it's actually out now.
It's out right now.
They dropped it today.
Yeah.
Like, here you go.
Let's just ruin these show notes. PUBG Mobile. Twitter made the announcement.
Then don't read it.
And posted a link to the install page for Android users. There is no news on when this game would come to iOS or the rest of the Western world because it came out.
It's kind of weird that Android got it first. I feel a little left out.
It kind of, knowing them, it was probably easier to convert to that than iOS.
You're probably right.
I mean, everyone seems to say, hey, it's still PUBG and it works. I mean, obviously you got to scale things down. Like, that's all they do with it. They just scale down what's going on and your visibility.
I don't want to play it then, ever. I got to switch for when I want to be
But what if you get like 15 wins?
I don't care.
You would.
I don't play for wins. I play for wins. Tape. I play for wins.
Yeah, that's cool though.
Hey, Chris, you play to win the game, bro.
That is true. That's true. New game from Chucklefish.
Yes.
The official title for the new game from Stardew Valley developer is Witchbrook. Quote, so Project Spellbound finally has a proper name, ... CEO Finn Bryce said in a tweet. The game has been previously described as Stardew Valley meets Harry Potter.
What?
Your primary objective will be to complete Magic School, although there will be plenty of other activities that will suck you in for hours upon end. Makes sense?
Kirby, what?
Yeah. Dude, I could probably get seriously down with that game.
Yeah, I mean, they got me interested in farming, and it doesn't really take me much to get interested in going to a school of magic.
Yeah.
So
we're sitting around at lunchtime, and Mike D, a.k.a. Ryan Leaf, says to Chris, so have you harvested your crops yet? Yeah. I'd not heard of this game yet. I looked up
Stardew Valley.
What are y'all talking about?
You just don't understand.
Yeah, it's legit.
I got to go home and harvest. It's like, no.
Well, let's harvest this finally this week.
Oh.
It's really fun to watch those peaks on the screen. Finally this week. Shadow of the Tomb Raider announced.
Yes.
It turns out that speculation about a new Tomb Raider game has being announced was spot on. Square Enix has officially lifted the curtain on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The game is right around the corner with a release date of September 14th for the PC, Xbox One, and PS4. While not much else is known at this time, there will be a full reveal on April 27th. One notable difference from previous entries is that the developer is now Eidos Montreal, which I think is the way it used to be a long time ago, if I recall.
Did that just drop?
What does that say? Officially licensed PUBG on mobile. Oh, on there. Yeah, like I said, I thought I saw earlier today it said it was coming to iOS today, or it was out now for iOS. So
it's like, do I do it?
John just like runs out. Let's play PUBG.
He goes from
sniped in the head.
He goes from no multiplayer to PUBG and Sea of Thieves all like the same day.
He's gonna have a Twitch handle called Samurai.
You think that is Mario Kart like, and woohoo, little turtle shell here and some stars there. Woohoo, let's have fun.
Nope.
Worked. You're a noose, maybe.
I just wanted to see him get sniped and then someone run up and teabag him and then run away, and he's just like, "What just happened?"
So
But anyway, Shadow Tomb Raider, yeah, kind of. It's been known it was coming for quite some time. I think the title leaked back in like November or so.
Yeah, and this really puts a time crunch on me having to open that second one.
You probably should do that.
Need to probably go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Well, Casey over the weekend made me question.
It's on Game Pass, by the way.
Whether.
Yeah, but you could just trade it in and play it on Game Pass because you're going to get Game Pass for.
I've got it on PS4 though.
Casey made me question whether I finished
the second one.
Yeah,
Shadow
I remember
of the Tomb Raider. I'm like, I don't remember how it ended.
Like me and Casey
you
just
play
started
Shadow of the Tomb Raider,
huh?
What are you talking? You mean the second Tomb Raider?
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
He played it.
I know I beat it, but I just don't remember how it ended.
He had an old man syndrome because like me and Casey were literally holding this conversation. Intricate
Casey
details
had just finished the game.
And then John's just over there like, that happened? Huh? Or like, did you not remember the whole back half of the game, John? Huh?
Why do I feel like I'm like dumb right now?
Because you should have played this game 2 years ago.
What are you confused about?
What's the first game called?
Tomb Raider.
The second game.
Rise
of the Tomb Raider.
And the whole time you're talking about beating Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Both of you signed on that. And I felt like I was in mid-stroke mode as well. Rewind the tape. The listeners right now are going to be...
We believe you.
You better.
Yeah.
Well, that's
why am I getting so worked up right now?
Dark Knight has already told us that Rise is supposed to be
Who
the
is the
third
Dark
entry.
Knight?
of the series.
He loves
Yeah,
Christopher
that's
Nolan.
right.
He
Yeah.
loves Christopher Nolan. He
Yeah.
does.
Because then, like, Laura Croft comes back and she goes to the mountain and she carves the burning pickaxe on there, and everyone's like, "That took a while. Let's just pick that plot
It
point
took a
away."
while
But they're calling this one the definitive chapter
of her becoming.
of her becoming the Tomb Raider.
Well,
I'm
that's
like, I
good.
thought she already was the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, she kind of pretty much became it last movie.
But what if there's nothing
game,
but tombs in the next one? That's all she does.
That's fine with me.
like
No.
old school.
Those
Tomb
were the
Raider.
best part of that game. Remember that one with the wind?
That's what I said. I said, I hope
Oh.
they're all
Yeah, he
tombs.
said-
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying the other thing.
He
My
said
bad.
that's-
My bad.
Dude, he was
Calm
down.
But this is being developed by Eidos Montreal.
Idios.
Yeah, we said that.
Eidos.
Idios.
I go Eidos.
It's actually Eidos, so I'm correcting
and it's
myself.
probably actually
Yes.
Eidos Montreal. And we're just
which,
saying it all wrong.
if I recall, they were the original ones.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Well, they did. The,
I wonder, though,
They
like-
did the mid-tier games for sure. I don't know if they did the ones back in the PlayStation era.
I'm
or
pretty
PC
sure.
era.
I'm pretty sure they were the original studio because that's how they got the game. Was they bought
Well,
them.
let's just go with that.
Okay.
that seems factual.
Yeah. Because I could remember, like, that was the big deal, was that Crystal Dynamics.
Good
was
for
the
you and
first
your
one.
memory. Good for you.
Okay. Which I wonder what makes you wonder what Crystal Dynamics doing then.
It doesn't make me wonder.
Wasn't it?
It doesn't make me
Wasn't it
wonder.
a Marvel something?
Oh yeah.
Was
That's
that
right.
Square Enix? I mean,
Oh
Crystal
yeah,
Dynamics.
yeah. There was rumor of that. That's right. Which I wonder if like the director or anything came over. I hope so.
Hey, Penny's like literally eating the green stuff off a tennis ball.
You should probably grab that from her.
John,
she's fine. Burgess did it last night.
Do it.
John, will you go ahead and get
Yeah.
that? Because it's green stuff.
Yeah, she's like chewing out the ball.
It's not going to hurt her.
Yeah, but she's destroying the ball, Joe.
That's the play ball.
Burgess sliced a tennis ball in half yesterday.
Yeah, but he's like a giant.
Yeah. He's like a man dog.
He just like puts the ball in his mouth and the cover falls off.
But he will not go outside if it's raining.
Email!
We love talking about Burgess.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
time for emails yet.
Yeah.
You really need a Red Bull.
Stop trying to mosey this thing along.
I still got to pull up the Twitter
I'm
stuff.
hungry for Chipotle.
Oh, my.
Oh man, let's go. All right, yeah, let's wrap this up then.
Never!
Email.
Sean, you just dropped a ball.
Electronic mail of the motherfucking future.
I hate you. First up, Dano writes in and says, "Hey guys,
What's up, Dano?
hope you're all doing well.
Yes.
Love your show and always making me laugh on Wednesday night back from work.
Wednesdays.
Thanks for your views on digital media. I also have another question, as there is a lot of speculation that PS5 will be hitting in 2019.
The future!
What are your thoughts? Do you think it's too early for a new console refresh? Also, what would you like to see from the machine? Example, backwards compatibility, portable play anywhere. Any thoughts? Once again, love your podcast and look forward to hearing from you."
Thank you so much, Dano. I do believe that the PS5 is going to be announced, teased at E3. I'm going
I don't
on.
know about teased.
I think it's going to be teased.
Maybe a video. Maybe I think that if I was going to bet on it, I think they tease it at the PlayStation Experience this year,
Possibly.
and then like do a reveal like at April,
The next E3 or something?
like no that year, like next April, like a year from right about now.
right about now.
Which is kind of similar to what they did the last time. Do I think it's too early? No, because honestly, the last generation was such a fluke in terms of length. I don't think that will ever happen again. It's been, right now, this year, this is the 5th year since it's released. So you think next year will be 6 years? That's a pretty good time period for it to be releasing. And honestly, the classic PS4, the original PS4 is kind of fading out. Like you're already seeing you had to do these sub consoles here this generation to kind of get up to par, and now Microsoft has jumped ahead of you in terms of ability. I think Sony wants to recapture that, and if they're able to come back and not only recapture it but make a whole new platform now that isn't tied down by the limitations of the basic PS4, that just allows them to say, look, developers, we're creating a new platform for you that gives you again what you want, all the tools, the latest tools to do it, and now has the same constraints as the latest PC. So it just makes sense for them to do it. I can't see them doing the portable thing. I definitely think for them, they're more invested in the future of VR. So I would expect to see a lot of things to optimize so that they can be, if not the leading force in VR, like definitely right on par with HTC Vive and maybe, or at least Oculus as far as abilities with that.
Of course, you'd like Oculus.
Well, I mean,
Since
I
you
own
own
it.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having a Vive. Everyone says the Vive is freaking amazing, but I'm not paying $800.
Man, don't kill my Vive.
Look here, Ken.
I would say you're spot on with how they reveal the console at the PlayStation Experience.
Say that again?
I think this year,
Here's the PlayStation.
I think this year
Mm-hmm.
is way too early.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
I think it'll hit the shelves at the earliest in 2020.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's really early. I would even go so far as to say, from their perspective, the
They're doing
PlayStation
fine.
4 has a lot of legs in it.
It does.
Mhm.
It does. I don't think it's the kind of reveal where they're like anything but, hey, we're working on this. And it's going to be BA.
The question is, are they going to do though, like how he asked, are they going to follow Microsoft's route and just say like, look, everything that's playable on PS4 is also playable on PS5, but if you want PS5, here it is, and it's its own thing as far as its graphics capability. It's not held back at all by PS4. So therefore, we're going to keep allowing, and because, it's all built on PC culture now, it's like, we're going to easily have these games come into both consoles for years. We're going to put this one out for $500 next in 2019. And we can afford to take that hit because the PS, 4 is doing so well. Basically, we don't have to worry about. We can just get rid of the Pro or get rid of the PS4 and make the Pro the standard PS4 now, and not have to worry about that. That's $300.
We'll see. Only time will tell, my friend.
Yeah.
Only time. Only time tells.
Daniel writes in to give us his latest PC update. He says, "Hey guys, what's up?
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
Built my computer on Wednesday and got the two South Park games, Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. Already 8 hours into Stick of Truth and decided to play it using my Xbox controller. That's the preferred way to play,
Indeed.
Daniel. Yesterday I saw Black Panther for the third time, and it was still as good as the first two. Agreed. I realized, Child's sister says, quote, another broken white boy for us to fix. She is referring to Bucky. Oh, well, I probably shouldn't say that because
Yeah, that's
it's spoilers.
if you haven't seen the movie, apparently there's a very end credit thing.
Yeah, Daniel, we talked about this. You can't be spoiling Black Panther after credit teasers.
Well, look, he did attach 2 pictures of his PC.
Yeah, he
and
did.
That's a sweet looking case.
Yeah, it's not quite like mine, but it's that similar where it's got the glass side.
Yeah, that's kind of standard now, Crystal
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah,
Pretty awesome.
you got to have it.
Yeah. Because it just looks cool.
It really does.
I'm awesome. Keep us posted on the stuff you're playing and how it's running for you, for real. I like it.
Yeah. Keep playing things. There's a ton of stuff coming out in PC in the near future, and I mean the best thing about that thing is there's something always on sale. So if you're looking for something to play, there's probably something out there on sale that everyone recommends.
who's Bucky?
That's funny. See, John didn't watch that. Finally, Kuda. Very close to Kuja from freaking Final Fantasy. Says, hey guys, this is Kuda from Canada. Thanks again for the great show every week. I just had a quick question.
Hey, what's up, Kuda?
Yeah,
we didn't get a chance, Chris. Old Steamroll
I'm
Stanley
sorry,
over here.
I'm sorry, like usually I say, hey guys, and you guys are like,
No, normally
Hey.
you have a dramatic pause and look at
We're
us.
trying to do better.
I shouldn't have to stare at you. You should just say hi to
First
Kuda.
of all, your head does not need to move that fast because it's kind of tiny and
It
it
is.
may fall off.
You're just saying that because yours is ginormous.
I have a ginormous head cap.
Yes.
What?
That'd be like me saying like your arms
John
are too,
missed what I just
it'd be
said.
like, to be fair, it would be like me saying your arms are humongous because mine are so tiny.
When you re-listen to that, you're gonna chuckle at your desk or in your car.
Just had a quick question. What are your impressions of the Xbox One X so far? I have an S, but I'd like to upgrade at some point. By the way, I like the Craig Max shout out last week. Yeah,
That's
rest in
what we
peace,
do.
Craig Max.
What's he going on about? What's he going on about?
We shout out to Craig
Can I
Mack
finish,
because he
please?
died.
Can I finish? Okay, I'm finished.
Who's Greg Mack, eh?
He's the guy who wrote Flavor in Your Ear.
We talked about it last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about what?
You blocked it out.
He's doing a bit. He's
Yeah.
trolling us right
He's
now.
trying to mow
He
right
just
now.
wants to say about
He wants
and a
to a
boot
bit
and
right
all this
now.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
I wish I could tell him my Canadian joke.
But anyways, as far as me personally, it's solid, but I would say this, like, I don't think it's really worth your while to invest it if either you have a really, really nice PC, like top of the line PC, top line PC, because if you've already got a 4K monitor and you're gaming on your PC that's like, an i7 1080, you don't need this. You'll be playing fine with that.
You've got an i7 1080.
Yeah.
Are you serious right now?
On the other hand, if you don't have a 4K TV like with HDR, I would also tell you to hold off. If you were just buying an Xbox now for the first time, I would tell you to buy. Or if you're just like myself and you're an Xbox enthusiast and you want the best that you can get out of that console, then it's worth it for you. Because if that's where you want to play your games. Like I was telling them earlier, I fired up Sea of Thieves today at lunch, and I mean, that game in 4K on my TV with the water and these enhanced graphics looks freaking amazing. I mean, it just looks great. So I'm getting my money's worth if that's what he's asking. And
give that man his money.
Yeah, going forward, PlayStation is my exclusives console.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's not a knock on PlayStation. I don't have a PC.
Yeah.
So Far Cry goes on Xbox One.
Do you mean Xbox? You mean Xbox is your exclusive title, or did you say that right?
PlayStation 4. I play that system for the exclusive titles.
Only on PlayStation.
God
Everything
War,
else, yeah.
Unless for some reason there's caveats to that. Unless of course there's a deal I can't pass up.
Sure.
I'll play. Plus I have the Pro, so when it's upscaled,
You have
whatever.
the Pro.
I've got the Pro. I've got the PlayStation.
You've
Pro.
got the PlayStation Pro.
But I was looking at Assassin's Creed Origins on Xbox One X, and I was like, what am I missing here? You look out into the mountains, and the draw distance is just like 10 times better than
anything. Yeah.
And that's saying a lot because it's a beautiful game on Xbox One S.
Sure.
But yeah, that's
yeah, I'm definitely playing Far Cry there. I mean, something like a way out, like here, like if Shaun and I play, I'll just play wherever he plays. That's not a big deal to me. But like,
it's not like that game is a powerhouse of graphics.
But like,
this just in.
Like if you're asking me right now, where am I going to play Red Dead this fall? I'd say I'm playing on my Xbox One X just because. Why wouldn't I?
That's where you played the other Red Dead too.
This is true.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact.
Yeah.
Actually, I played on my 360.
It's like I played Shadow of Mordor on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
But when Shadow of War came out, I'm like, well, I'll keep it on PlayStation 4.
You were like, meow, this is better. So you were
meow.
You went and played it there.
What? What are you talking about?
What's all that about? Hey.
Shaun.
Yeah. So on Twitter, we had a bunch of love this week. Kind of some funny stuff, some really cool stuff, some follows. So I'm going to do my best to get through this. So one of my first things I did since the last show was there was like this little, stop, John. It was a poll that was sent out about settling the office debate on what you call this MacBook multi-port accessory thing. One of the options was dongle. So I retweeted it and I said, I just kind of like saying dongle, just saying. And
dongles are important.
Friend of the show at Scott Scowl 1701 says that's what your wife said.
That's funny.
So that is pretty funny. I don't know if you guys remember last week. Apparently I butchered a name. So the tweet starts off. It says, "First of all, Shaun, you butchered my name. Bazagna or Bazagna.
Bazinga?
No, is pronounced like lasagna. So it's Bazagna. I still can't do it. I'm pulling a Chris. He says, unless you said it that way to censor it. Oh, and if you look back at the last picture I tweeted and you can compare, or you can tell that now I live in a tundra anyway, game on and keep it up. Yeah, and that picture, that whole thing started because he was.
See, now I know you went to Crystal's yesterday.
Yeah, I did go to Crystal yesterday, for real.
No, now I know for sure you went to Crystal's.
Because there's a Best Buy thing. Yeah. But he had a picture of his porch basically covered in snow, so that's why he did that. A shout out to at J Cruz Brew. Thanks for the follow. It's noted here that you are a brewer, which real life friend of ours, Jeff, would definitely like that, and y'all have something in common. Jeff also loves to do the brew thing. At C Puckett 7, if you remember, Chris tried to say that C Puckett 7 was Kirby Puckett, and I had to correct Chris that Kirby's with a K. He says, hey, I got a shout out on the podcast. #arrived. No relation to Kirby Puckett, probably.
Probably. He's like about 99% certain.
Thank you to at JThompson8215 for the follow. That's pretty cool. Let's see. And this is really cool. So at 4P Gaming says it's hashtag FF Follow Friday. Make sure you're following these awesome people. And there's a list. And I want a heartfelt thank you because on that list is at Weekly Games Chat. So we got a lot of love and basically they were making sure that we were followed. I can't really put it. You guys, if you want to chime in, that's really, really good. Let's see. Let me scroll up. Chris is not doing a good job. He's looking at other things, so it's kind of messing me up.
It's not important.
At Cammy Fam, thanks for the follow. You're getting a follow back. That's what's up. That's how we do. Finally, at J Shiz Maniz, finally collected all my hashtag Legend of Zelda amiibo buddies for now, plus a bonus Bowser. And that's a really, John, you need to check out that pic. Look at all those amiibos.
Oh, and they're open.
Yeah, people take the amiibos out the packages, dude. That's
people, they have souls.
I also tweeted if anybody was excited about, Sea of Thieves or A Way Out. We got a couple of responses from Ian the Cheez-It and at Huck4MS. Huck4MS says he's excited about the marital test. I've missed these couch co-op games. I'm thinking he's saying that they're going to maybe play with his wife. I don't know.
His wife.
And one of my favorite things that we got, and we got some direct messages. If you remember the comedian out of New York at Laugh NYC, he sent us a link that I may get you to post. A link to one of his stand-up videos on YouTube. That's really cool. Thank you for that.
He can send a check to Weekly Game Chat and then we'll post
But also, at Mike True 92 sent a direct message. And he said him and his buddy took a picture of their organic transition into a weekly game chat based conversation. And it's a picture of their phone. And basically, I'm going to show it to you guys so you can see that I'm not making it up. So it starts off with IDK, it's been a while. The next response is, it's been a while. And then finally, been a while. Then your wife. The next thing is wrap it up, ... never. The next thing is your mom's box. The next thing is Thug Life. The next thing is Now You See John.
Well, now we can just.
The next thing is Video Games Are. I can't tell you how awesome that is. We've had, like, for me, the thing that we're mentioning on about, hey, go follow these guys. And then you have something like that we say and do weekly, our conversations. And you guys are talking and liking it. I can't thank you enough. I really like that. I mean, I get kind of, oh, it didn't work. Wait, ready? Under the table about that. So
that was
if you want to send us any love, direct messages, copy anything, follow us on Twitter at Weekly Game Chat. Chris is going to tell you how to get us on email, which is pretty much the same thing. So don't be dumb.
If you want to write your emails in, just like our 3 listeners did today, you can write them to weeklygameschat@gmail.com. That's weeklygameschat@gmail.com. Of course, as Sean said, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Weekly Games Chat. If you want new episodes of this show, you like it, what you heard today, you can get them every Wednesday simply by subscribing to your favorite podcast service provider. If they have a rating system or some sort of review system, we'd appreciate if you really like us to drop us a review. Usually helps people find the show a little bit better than they did before. You guys got anything else?
I was thinking, we go back and forth about things we may be talking about in the future.
The future!
I'm excited because we got some good stuff on the horizon. I love the time of year.
Horizon.
I might have played
June-ish.
Forza Horizon.
June-ish,
Last
when
night.
we get to do the E3 talk. I'm excited to hear from our fans
E3 is always fun.
on what they're going to, because we always ask them to send in what they think. And we got some good games coming up. Far Cry.
Yeah.
Chris may play a game that's,
Ni no Kuni too.
that I think.
That game looks pretty.
It is very pretty.
And like what sold me was like apparently it's not JRPG combat this time. It's like kind of like Zelda combat.
Which
so
is,
I was like,
oh, it is?
Yeah. That's why I was like, keep talking down about this game.
It is?
Yeah. All of a sudden someone's interested.
Oh, no. And of course the boys want to play some Sea of Thieves, so.
Yeah. We got that Way Out probably. What else am I forgetting? Apparently, eventually, State of Decay probably. And
We'll see.
There's a bunch of games coming. We'll find something to talk about.
We were going to be good for a while, so.
Yeah. For a while.
Thank you guys for all the love, though, for real. We'll be talking to you next week, Chris.
Until next time, I will simply say game on, Sean.
Game on, Chris.
Game on, John.
Game on.
That's a good
Chris and
voice.
Shaun.
There you go.
Game on, John.
Your mom's box.
Peace out, everybody.
Love.
That was sexy.